YouTube family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A-N-LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes, it's just my personal opinion. You shouldn't take it as fact. You shouldn't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and subscribe. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy the content. And if you don't, fam, look, I will not be mad. You can always unsubscribe later. If you're an existing supporter of the channel, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. All right, so look, fam, let's get it rolling. So look, fam. This episode is about a project that I have been wanting to take on for quite some time. But you know how it is, fam, between, you know, my regular job and YouTube and my personal life. You know how it is, fam. A lot of time it's hard to get around to those projects. But this was twofold. It was my gun collection was growing, and so it was coming out of necessity because, you know, fam, for me, gun storage is an issue. And so I've got safes all over the house and growing and everything. And so I was like, I really do need a gun room. First off, I feel like when your guns are on display, you appreciate them more versus them being tucked away into a bunch of different safes. And not to mention that increases your storage capacity by 3-4 folds. So I took what was a closet in my home gym and transformed it into a gun room or a gun storage room, right? And so, look, fam, this was, and it turned out great. And so I'll provide you guys pictures of all that. This was a father-son project, so I just, a little bit background on my dad. So my dad, when I grew up in the neighborhood, all the kids on my block used to call my dad MacGyver because there is nothing that he couldn't fix. He is one of them old school men who really, where you had to be knowledgeable in kind of everything. So whether it was working on cars or it was carpentry work or electrical, plumbing, you name it, my dad had a strong handle on it. So when I first was thinking about doing this, the first thing I did was call my dad up and say, hey, Pops, look, come holler, your son wants to utilize your services. And so, of course, he was, you know, happy to, and any quality time I get to spend with my dad is always, you know, a plus. So I want to shout out my pops for helping me. He was instrumental. I could not have done this without him. And so he basically came over. I ordered all of the parts that we were going to need. He came over with the saw materials, and, you know, we kind of worked together in the beginning to kind of get our bearings straight on the project, and then he went outside and did all the cut work. I was inside doing all the installation, and I'd say from start to end, I'd say we started probably about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we wrapped up probably around 3-ish, somewhere in that. So we knocked it out in one day, and because of the division of labor, it went a lot faster. But I'll also say this. You know, this closet is probably, you know, maybe about 55 inches wide by, you know, it had a depth of probably about 34 inches or so. And so, you know, there, and these, and the slats, and I use Pro Slats, and you can find them on Amazon. And the slats are made out of PVC, and they come like, I think, 4x8. So to make this work, there was a lot of cutting that had to be done. You know, you have to have, you know, precise measurements and a lot of cutting that needed to be done. So it took a lot longer than if you had a big wall and you just wanted to put your guns on display, and you could just screw into the studs or whatever and have the wall the way they ship it, that would have been really fast. You know, what took a lot of the time was the individual cutting and the installation of every single smaller slat from the floor to the ceiling of the closet. But once we got past that, so I used Pro Slats for the slat wall itself, and then I use Hold It displays for all of the guns. And so, look, fam, I love the way it came out. So, with that said, I'm going to do a little montage of, you know, kind of where we started, what it looked like ahead of time, and then the process, and then what it ended up like. So, check this out, and I'll come back to you. All right, fam. So we are back. Look, so fam, look, fam. Stop playing with your boy. I love the way the gun room came out. I couldn't be happier. I love the way, you know, when you collect, you want to be able to see what you're collecting. And I love the way it came out. Sometimes I just find myself standing in front of the closet just glaring up, you know. Oh yeah, but fam, so it's great, and not to mention it gave me a lot more room for storage. So undoubtedly, my collection will continue to grow over time. But that's it for this episode, fam. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.